What is up, guys? We're going to be creating this photo today. We're going to be doing some color correction with the white balance. We're going to be removing a few girls. That's going to be the primary focus of this video, and they're going to be doing that in Photoshop and Lightroom. So let's get started. Here we are in Lightroom. This photo was shot with the Canon 5D Mark III with the 200mm lens. It's the 70-200. It was at 115mm at the time. First thing I'm going to do is right click on the photo down there in the bottom, and I'm going to choose edit in, edit with Photoshop. This is going to want to create a copy of the photo, and I do want to do that. So here we go. We're going to open up Photoshop now. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is take care of the girls on the far right here. We're going to use Photoshop's content aware deletion tool. It's great. Works really fast, and we're going to grab the lasso tool, and we're just going to trace around the girl's legs here. Follow up the side, makes it really easy. Hit delete on the keyboard. Make sure that the content aware deletion fill is selected, and it will do its magic here. Did a great job except for this one little area. Sometimes there's some ghosting going on, so I'll just do the same thing again. Goes through and fills it and does a great job and gets rid of it. So now we're going to target this other girl on the left, doing the same thing. Lasso tool, tracing all the way around her, being very careful. We're going to grab the reflection on the floor, just because we don't want some weird reflection hanging out there, and gotta be really careful with the mouse coming up through here. If we touch the other girl at all, we'll get a lot of weird repetition, repeating things going on. So again, delete on the keyboard, hit OK. Content aware does its thing, and there we go. Got some weird ghosting going on the floor, so we're going to take care of that one more time. I'm going to select it, hit delete, and say yep. And you can see some duplicate pixels here from the left blue and the right blue, so I'm just going to grab the stamp tool by hitting S on the keyboard. I'm going to select an area that didn't have the blue in it, and then copy that over there. I'm also going to scroll up here and get rid of some of the weird ghosting that was going on using the stamp tool again. And yeah, didn't like this one little area, so we'll just touch that up here real quick. The next optional part of my workflow that I like to use is a plugin for Photoshop called Portraiture. I use it to smooth out the skin on women and girls that I work on. Does a great job. It's really quick. I'm just going to come in here and grab the selection tool. I'm going to grab a few different highlights on her skin and lower tones to get a nice selection. It builds the selection over there on the right hand side that you can see. And once it looks good, I'm going to click OK. It builds a new layer in Photoshop for me that I can preview to see what it's done. Just turn off the bottom layer there, and I can see everything that it did. One thing that I do like to do is Portraiture does too much with the eyes. It really makes the eyes a little soft for my taste. So I go ahead and clean that up, and by using the eraser tool. Sometimes I'll do the mouth too if it's done a little bit too much smoothing, but this photo is pretty far back, so we're not going to worry about that too much. Just erase that out with the eraser tool. And I've got that done. Take a quick peek at it one more time, and we're going to right click and merge down. That merges all the layers together. So now we're just working with one layer again. The next thing I'm going to do is use another plugin that costs money, but it does a great job as well. It's called Exposure 3, and it's going to launch here in its own little window. This is a rainbow light effect that I use sometimes on some fun photos like this. It's just a light effect that you can turn on. Exposure 3 is got a ton of presets like this one here. I'm just going to click apply. It's going to build a new Photoshop layer for me. And because of that, I can back that out a little bit. It's a little too strong. I'm going to use the eraser here, go really big. I'm going to choose the opacity, drop that down to 50%. I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut to do that. You just hit the number 5 on your keyboard. We're just going to click through here, give some more of that back to her so she pops just a little bit more in the photo. I'm going to do a little bit more back in Lightroom. I think that's looking good here. Oh yeah, I don't want to save it quite yet, so I'm going to go ahead and merge the layers one more time. And now we've just got this nice one layer TIFF that we're working with. I'll save it and close. I'm going to go back to Lightroom. I'm going to make some more adjustments here. Under the Hue, Saturation, and Luminance tab, we're going to choose this color selection tool, go out to the photo and just grab it. It's really nice because it knows that there's some blues and there's some aquas in here, and you just slide the mouse up or down to increase that. I'm going to pump up the clarity on the photo, a little bit more saturation overall, and play with the vibrance. I like to crank up the vibrance all the way and then pull it back down. So you start with dramatic and then pull it down to where it looks good. Here's where you can color correct it. It was a little too yellow for me, so I'm going to add a little bit more blue, make it a little colder, pump up the contrast a little bit. Now I want to play with the vignetting of the photo. We're going to try a white one first. Makes it kind of dreamy, but I don't think it's going to work out too well. You just kind of lose her, and there's too much going on. I'm going to try a black one. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. Looks like she is got more focus on her now instead of the busyness of the photo. I'm going to take out a little bit of orange in the photo. She was just a little too orange for me from the saturation pump that we did a little bit ago. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure that we're cropped to 8x10. We are. Gives my customers the ability to get an 8x10 out of this photo. And here we go. Here's the original with the girls in the photo, not color corrected or anything. Not too bad of a photo, but you know, the legs popping out of the side are a little distracting. And here again is the final product. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please comment below and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more tutorials like this, trying to do A to Z's and keep them nice and short for you guys. And thanks for watching.